Imagine for a moment that you're trying to drive a car across the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay.
You have the engine, the steering wheel, a full tank of gas. You're pushing that pedal to the floor.
Right.
You're working harder than you have ever worked in your life.
Yeah.
But you're sinking.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter how much effort you put in. You chose the wrong vehicle for the terrain.
It's a brutal image, isn't it? But it is the perfect description for starting the wrong business in 2026. You can work 18-hour days, you can hustle till you burn out, but if you're trying to swim against a $2.5 trillion AI wave, you're just going to drown.
It is Friday, February 6, 2026.
Right.
And as you said, AI spending has hit that massive figure. The fundamental rules of how income is generated have been, well, rewritten. A lot of the old advice is frankly dangerous now.
It really is.
So today we're doing a deep dive into 25 best AI business ideas for 2026. The Honest Guide by Max Zan. Our mission is to dissect the 4 distinct buckets he outlines to see where the real value is.
And I love how he structures this. It's not just some random list of cool ideas. He creates a hierarchy. We've got the trash bucket stuff you need to run away from.
Okay.
Then the easy bucket, that's your first 5 to 10,000 a month. The medium bucket, scaling up to 50K. And then finally, the hard bucket. That's where you're talking asset building, generational wealth.
Let's start at the bottom. I think avoiding failure is just as important as finding success.
Yeah.
So, the trash bucket.
Yeah.
Ains calls these black holes that just eat time and capital. But the thing is, they don't look like trash from the outside.
No, that's the trap. They look like gold mines. They're sirens. They look approachable. They're these shiny objects, but they're just dead ends. And the first ghosts we have to exorcise are the holdovers from, the early 2020s? Specifically NFT flipping.
I remember the Vania. But is anyone actually still trying that in 2026?
You'd be surprised. People see the old data, oh, this Bored Ape sold for millions, and they think the market's just, sleeping.
Really?
It's not sleeping. It's a graveyard. The liquidity dried up years ago. Unless you're washing money or you're a massive celebrity, there is just no organic market there. Then you've got crypto trading.
Now, hold on. I know people who still trade. Are you saying it's impossible to make money on?
Not impossible, no.
Uh-huh.
But let's distinguish between gambling and a business. Unless you have serious capital, sophisticated risk management algorithms, and the emotional control of a monk, you're just providing liquidity for the whales. It's just so much easier to lose money than to make it. It's a casino, not a business model.
Fair enough. The source also throws multi-level marketing MLM into this bucket.
The pyramid with better branding. Yeah. Look, if your business model depends on recruiting people who recruit people, it's not a business. It's a mathematical trap. But here's where it gets really interesting for 2026. NA identifies specific AI victims.
Okay.
These are business models that used to be legitimate, decent ways to make money, but they're
Yeah.
trash now because the tech just got too good.
I'm curious about these because usually technology helps businesses. Which ones are now obsolete?
Okay, so basic captioning and subtitles. 3 years ago, you could make a living on Rev or Upwork transcribing audio.
Right.
Today, gone. Tools like Descript, YouTube's autocaps, they're faster, cheaper, and 99% accurate. There's no edge left for a human. You can't charge $1 for something a machine does for a fraction of a cent.
It's just a race to the bottom on price.
Exactly. Same with low-level data entry. If a human can copy info from a PDF into a spreadsheet, an AI agent can do it for a penny. That's what those Fiverr microtasks have become. It keeps you busy, sure, you feel productive, but you're treading water while the ship sails away. And don't even get me started on print on demand.
Wait, print on demand. That's always touted as the ultimate passive income side hustle. Put a design on a mug, sell it.
It was. But now, generative AI means anyone can create 10,000 designs in an hour. The market is just flooded. Unless you have a hyper-niche audience like, left-handed knitting enthusiasts in Austin, you're just adding noise to a landfill of identical t-shirts.
So Anka gives us a trash filter. 3 questions to ask before you start anything. I think these are crucial for anyone listening.
Right. Question 1, is AI replacing this right now? Question 2, is the industry shrinking? And question 3, is it statistically easier to lose money than make it? If the answer is yes to any of those, run.
I have to ask.
Yeah.
If the data is so obvious, if the trash nature of these models is so clear in 2026, why do people still get trapped in them? Why are these courses still selling?
Because they look easy. They promise a reward without the friction of learning a real skill. It's the path of least resistance. And unfortunately, in business, the path of least resistance is usually the path to nowhere.
So it's the illusion of ease that traps them.
Precisely.
Let's pivot to something that actually works. Let's move to the second bucket. the easy bucket.
Okay, so let's clarify easy. This does not mean push button, get money. It means low barrier to entry. The goal here is $5,000 to $10,000 a month, and the timeline's usually 30 to 60 days. You're not trying to be Mark Zuckerberg yet, you're just trying to learn how to talk to humans and exchange value for money.
This feels like the training wheels phase, but with, real paychecks. What are the key opportunities here?
First step, short-form video editing. Just look at our behavior. We're all scrolling TikTok, Shorts, Instagram constantly. Creators need clips. But here's the secret. Creators hate editing. It's so tedious.
But didn't we just say AI does this?
It does the heavy lifting, yeah, but not the storytelling. Tools like Descript, captions.AI, and Vizard make the mechanics ridiculously easy. The strategy is arbitrage. You take a long video like this, you use AI to chop it into 10 clips, add the dynamic captions, take out the silence. Then you, the human, pick the funniest moments, you check the pacing, you charge $200 to $500 for a batch.
So you're using the tool to do the 80% of the work that's boring, and then you sell the finished product.
Totally, it's service arbitrage. Then you have social media copywriting, similar concept. Founders hate writing. They just do. They're busy building. So you can use ChatGPT or Jasper to get the structure, the hooks, the body. But you need that human touch to make it authentic so it doesn't sound like a robot.
Yeah.
You just cold DM niche industries, fitness coaches, real estate agents, and say, hey, I can make you sound like a thought leader.
I want to touch on AI chatbot setup. This one feels like it's specifically for local businesses.
It is. Think about a gym or a salon or a law firm. They get asked the same 5 questions every single day. How much is a cut? Are you open on Sundays? Do you take walk-ins? It just distracts the staff.
It's friction.
Huge friction. So you set up a bot using tools like Intercom or ManyChat. You program it to answer those specific questions. The value isn't the coding. There is no code. The value is the implementation. You save them time. They pay you a setup fee, maybe $1,000, plus a monthly management fee to keep it running.
And I see AI Receptionist on the list, too. Is that different from a chatbot?
It's slightly different. This solves the missed call pain point. If a plumber misses a call, they lose a job. That's $500 gone. An AI receptionist, and there are voice AI tools for this now, answers the phone, qualifies the lead, checks the calendar, and books the appointment. It feels indispensable to the business owner immediately because it's directly protecting their revenue.
There's one more here that caught my eye. The UGC Middleman. Can you define UGC for the listener?
Yeah, user-generated content. Brands want real people showing off their products, not polished models. It converts way better on TikTok. But brands hate coordinating with 50 different 19-year-old micro-influencers. It's like herding cats.
So you're basically the project manager.
Precisely. You are the bridge. You find the creators, you manage the deadlines, you make sure the quality's good, and you hand the finished content to the brand. And you just pocket the difference between what the brand pays and what the creator charges.
Now, you call this the easy bucket, but I imagine there's still a learning curve. Be honest, does the tech always work perfectly?
Oh, absolutely not. And look, I'll be vulnerable here. I still wrestle with what we call prompt drift.
What's that?
It's so frustrating. You'll have a prompt that's working perfectly for a specific output, say, writing a certain style of email. Then the AI model updates on the back end or something shifts and suddenly the quality just drops. The output gets weird. It happens. So even in the easy bucket, you have to be willing to tinker. You have to be the pilot, not just the passenger.
So if everyone has access to Descript and ChatGPT, why does one person make $10,000 a month and another makes $0? What is the primary differentiator?
It's the service. It's showing up. It's understanding the client's problem. The tech is a commodity. The ability to listen to a gym owner complain about missed calls and say, I can fix that by Friday, that is the differentiator.
So execution and client service beat raw tech.
Every single time.
Let's level up. The medium bucket. The goal here is $10,000 to $50,000 a month. And it describes this as shifting from hiring for output to hiring for results.
This is the sweet spot. You're not just a pair of hands anymore. You're a problem solver. You are tying your work directly to the client's revenue.
The first opportunity here is automation agencies. This sounds a bit more technical.
It is, but it's no code technical. Businesses are just drowning in manual work. They're copy-pasting data from emails to spreadsheets to CRMs. It's a nightmare. Automation agencies use tools like Zapier, Make, or NA10. These are like digital glue.
Can you give us a concrete example?
Sure. Imagine a real estate agency. A lead comes in from Zillow. Usually an agent has to see the email, type the info into their phone, then remember to text them. An automation agency builds a flow. Lead hits Zillow, Zapier grabs the data, sends it to the CRM, triggers an AI text to the lead within 30 seconds, slacks the agent.
That speed probably doubles their conversion rate.
Easily. And because you're making them money, they will happily pay you a monthly retainer to keep that system running.
I found the concept of Micro-SaaS really fascinating in this bucket.
This is huge. So SaaS is software as a service. Usually you think of these giant companies like Salesforce. Micro-SaaS is about solving niche problems. You're not trying to build the next Facebook. You're building, say, a scheduling tool just for dog walkers, or a lead scraper that connects to specific government APIs for construction permits.
And you can build these without being a traditional coder.
Yes. You use no-code tools like Bubble or Softar. You're literally dragging and dropping logic.
Whoa. Imagine scaling a Micro-SaaS to 1 billion queries without writing a single line of traditional C++ or Python. The leverage there is just staggering.
It really is. It changes the physics of software development. You focus on the problem, not the syntax.
The guide also mentions motion graphics in this bucket. Why is this in medium and not easy with the video editing?
Because while AI can do okay video, premium content still needs a sophisticated human eye. There's a workflow mentored using VO 3.1 and Nano Banana Pro. These are advanced AI video tools. They help you turn reference videos into these scroll-stopping graphics fast. But to charge $5,000 for a promo video, you need design sense. You need to understand pacing, color theory, branding. The AI is the paintbrush, but you still need to be the artist.
And Anne emphasizes the need for measurable case studies here.
You have to prove it. In the medium bucket, you can't just say, I do automation. You have to say, I helped this real estate agent increase leads by 40% in month 1. That data is the currency of the medium bucket.
So how does the billing model change effectively in this bucket compared to the easy bucket?
You stop charging for the hour or the task. You start charging retainers. Pay me $3,000 a month and I will ensure your lead flow never stops. Retainers create predictability. That's how you build a real business, not just a series of gigs. It stabilizes your cash flow so you can hire help.
So retainers create predictability over one-off gigs. We have arrived at the hard bucket. The goal here is millions. This is about owning assets and equity. This feels like a different sport entirely.
It is. This is where the rules change. You stop trading time for money. You start leveraging systems, capital, and leadership.
One of the opportunities listed is buying small businesses.
This is the boring business strategy. You go to sites like BizBeSell or Flippa. You look for car washes, laundromats, RV parks. Businesses that are unsexy, maybe run by someone who wants to retire and is stuck in the 1990s. You buy them, and then you layer AI automation on top.
So you take a cash-flowing asset and you optimize it.
Right. You install that AI Receptionist we talked about. You automate the booking. You optimize the ad spend. Suddenly, margins go up from 10% to 25%, and the value of the asset doubles. You're essentially flipping businesses using technology.
There's also investing in AI-first founders.
Right. If you have capital from the previous buckets, you can use platforms like AngelList or Republic. You're betting on the jockeys, the founders who are building the future. But this is definitely high risk, high reward.
And then there's the personal brand to deal flow model. Can you explain deal flow? That sounds like Wall Street jargon.
It's the Mr. Beast or Logan Paul model, but for business. Deal flow just means opportunities coming to you. If you build a massive audience by creating content, which is easier now with AI, you have attention. Attention equals distribution. Once you have distribution, you can launch anything, a product, a service, a software, and you have instant customers. Or companies will offer you equity just to mention them. It's the ultimate leverage.
And finally, licensing playbooks.
Intellectual property, yeah. If you figure out a perfect workflow for, say, automating real estate leads using Zapier and GPT-5, you can package that whole system, the actual code, the prompts, the automations, and sell it as a product on PromptBase or Gumroad. You build it once, you sell it infinite times. Zero marginal cost of replication.
What is the biggest barrier to entry for this bucket compared to the others? It seems like it's not just skill.
It's capital allocation and patience. You need money to buy the business or make the investment, but more importantly, you need long-term thinking. These aren't 30-day plays. These are 3, 5, 10-year plays.
So long-term thinking and capital allocation.
That's the gatekeeper.
Before we wrap up, we need to address the elephant in the room. If the roadmap is this clear, why do most people never reach these buckets? And it talks about the 1,000-day rule.
This is my favorite part of the whole guide. He identifies shiny object syndrome as the killer. It goes like this. You start the video editing business, you do it for 3 weeks, it gets hard, you get a rude client. Then you see a YouTube video about dropshipping or crypto. It looks easier. So you quit video editing and you start dropshipping.
And you reset your progress.
Every single time you go back to level 1, progress can't compound if you keep resetting to 0.
Yeah.
Anna says winners lose more than losers, but they stay long enough for those losses to matter.
That's a profound statement. It reframes loss as just data gathering.
Exactly. The fix is the 1,000-day rule. Commit to one bucket, one opportunity for 1,000 days. That's about 3 years. Consistency beats intelligence every time.
Why does quitting early feel so safe to the human brain? Why do we do that?
Because if you quit and start something new, you can't be judged yet. You're a beginner again. There's no failure in the beginning phase, only potential. If you stick with something for 3 years and it fails, that hurts. That's a blow to the ego. So we protect our egos by constantly restarting.
So starting over means you're never technically wrong.
It's a defense mechanism, and it keeps you broke.
That hits hard. Let's recap the big ideas here. We start by avoiding the NFTs, the data entry jobs that robots have taken over.
Right, don't drive the car into the ocean.
Then we move to the easy bucket to build confidence editing, chatbots, simple services, get your first wins.
Learn to sell, learn to deliver.
Then we scale to the medium bucket by solving actual business problems with automation and SaaS, moving from output to results.
Shift from being a pair of hands to being a brain.
And finally, the hard bucket, owning assets, equity, and IP, generational wealth.
The end game.
The core truth here seems to be that in 2026, the competitor is not AI itself. It's the person who knows how to use AI.
Absolutely. And remember that stat. AI job posts are growing 3.5 times faster than any other category. The demand is there. You just need to pick a lane.
So here's our call to action for you. Don't just consume this deep dive. Don't let this be another piece of content you scroll past. Pick one bucket, choose one opportunity, and execute without distraction.
Commit to the 1,000 days.
I want to leave you with one final thought. Consider the concept of inbound deal flow versus cold outreach. When you start in the easy bucket, you're chasing clients. You are knocking on doors. But if you build a reputation, if you build that personal brand we talked about in the hard bucket, eventually that dynamic flips. Opportunities you can't buy, partnerships, deals, equity offers, they start coming to you. That is the ultimate goal.
That's when the game becomes truly fun.
Thank you for listening to The Deep Dive. We'll see you next time.
See